Welcome to Mantalk.ke, here for another episode. Today we're shooting at Castro's Man Cave. You all know we were born here. We love this place. Episode one. Day one was with Castro's Man Cave. So today we're actually quite happy to be here. I'm with my boy Eli. You know it.
As always.
The Mandem.
As always.
The Mandem. So today's episode we're going to focus on Eli's journey and how Eli got to this place he is at in life, where do you ever think you'd do a shoot in Nairobi?
It never crossed my mind. I had a podcast with my sister before.
Really?
But that was very light. It was just like chill, chatting about like whatever's happening.
Yeah.
But I didn't think I'd make it like cameras and actually posting for people.
Yeah.
But I've enjoyed the journey though.
You have.
For sure.
It shows on you. It shows on you, brother.
There's a glow.
Yeah, I can see that. So, first of all, that's a fantastic watch. Thank
you. Rich Black, Kenyan brand. Support the thing.
Yeah. First of all, that's a fantastic watch.
Yeah.
But I better buy one, guys. Okay, so how did you come to Kenya, bro? How did you get here?
I've not told this story.
You've not? Never.
I've not told the story. Let's start with, I've been here for 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years. I came in 2018 and it was a holiday to start with. It was a holiday. Before I came, I was doing a bit of business in the UK that links to Kenya. So when I came to Kenya, it sort of like filtered over. Like I can do a bit of what I was doing before in Kenya. But it was supposed to be a holiday. So we did Dubai, then we did Coast, and we came to Nairobi.
Yeah.
And then it was supposed to be here for 3 weeks. And then the business, like it was fine. It was holiday mode. You know, you're just checking out places, Giraffe Center, all of that. And then the business stuff happened. And then there was a flight I was supposed to take home, and I just never took the flight.
That's crazy.
Because it was going so well, and I was like, this is a very bizarre place.
A very bizarre place.
Yeah, like in terms of, it's a bizarre because like, I found myself busy. Like I've never been that busy.
Yeah.
And it was addictive.
Yeah.
It's still addictive.
Goodness.
But what's ironic, it might sound weird just being like, what, you had nothing you were doing back in the UK. Context again. So I was doing a bit of that business as well, but I was also doing property, and I graduated and I was working with my dad in Czech. So I was kind of doing business at that time, and I was also working with my friend. So everything I was doing in the UK was entrepreneurial. So when I came here, I just basically transferable skills.
And transferable skills. Yeah, that's a big mood. That's a big mood.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think your investment in transferable skills has kind of what's leveraged you coming to Kenya and it making so easy.
Yeah, easy. No.
Okay, you make it look easy, bro.
It looks easy.
Yeah.
It looks easy. But no, it's been difficult. It's been difficult in the best ways possible in terms of learning from mistakes, in terms of thinking on your feet, in terms of adapting. That's where it's been difficult, but I can't complain.
Learning on your feet. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eli, I have a confession to make. I think before I met you, my younger brother used to watch your stuff on YouTube.
That was ages ago.
Yeah. And I was like, who the hell is this guy?
Oh, God.
Who the hell is this man playing tennis? I was like, you can go watch. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, why bother with this guy? Like, he's in London, smacking balls in tennis.
I love tennis.
Taking shots in London. And I'm like, this is too much. Why not like watch content that's, Kenyan local, and made for you?
Yeah.
And so how has that transition been? Like the fact that you come from the UK and that's a different kind of vibe, different kind of lifestyle. And now you're here with us and like, what's the difference? Have you noticed any differences? Anything you can teach us?
Okay, so in terms of differences, I've realized that there's two different worlds you can live in, right?
Yeah.
There's developing and developed. People normally look at it as a negative being in developing.
Okay.
However, when you're somewhere developed, that means saturated. That means less gaps for you to fill.
Fire.
There's less chances for you to be a pioneer.
Yeah.
Right? So when you've come from that environment to somewhere developing, you can take copy and paste. Like, that worked over there. Let me see if it works here.
Yeah.
And I feel that's been a massive benefit. Even in terms of the event I do, it was me sort of picking bits here and there that I've seen and being like, this can work in this environment.
Yeah.
Even the future projects I'm trying to do, same thing. Copy and paste. So that's what I feel like how my environments have helped me in terms of being here. Downside has been culture shock. Even though like I've grown up in a Kenyan household, my parents are both Kenyan.
Yeah.
There is that thing where now you're, what do they say? When it says on the ground, it's different.
Ground between different.
That's the one. So so when you actually come here, everything you've heard growing up about Nairobi, about this place, now you're actually seeing it, and you're like, okay, I'm here, good and bad.
Yeah, I hope the guys who want to invest in small businesses in Kenya heard that. I think developing countries, we get a lot of flack for not being, not reaching SDGs or Millennium Development Goals, but like you coming from London, you can now, and you've done business in Kenya, you can now say like the Kenyan brand is actually something worth investing in, and I think that's a very powerful thing to say.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And there is money here. Like
there is money
silly
here.
Money.
Yeah.
And I feel like as well when we're young and the youth, we always, the first thing we do is complain. And we complain like we complain our environment. Yeah. But like if you were to count the amount of small businesses in Nairobi, and what you can do with a smaller amount of money, it's much more like lucrative to be here than to be in the West. Obviously, people like to go and get educated there. That's good. Maybe in education sense, maybe that is a bit better. Like yourself, you want to go abroad as well. But I feel like when it comes to business, there's nowhere better.
There's nowhere better. And access to capital is a big problem for the youth. I think if we get more investing here in Kenya, we can have more success stories like yours.
Exactly.
I'm speaking of success stories. How did Insta Market come to be?
That was a really smooth segue. That was such a good segue. I have to. That was sick. That was sick.
I learned from Martin.
So Insta Market.
Yeah.
Again, an accident. My life seems to be accidents that just work out.
Yeah.
So, like I said, pitching things in here, like from back home, I was posting online. One of the things that happened when I came here is that my social media like following grew. Not like crazy, but it was like steadily growing, and there was a bit of attention.
Yeah.
I think it was just that, who's this new kid? Like you, who's this new kid in Nairobi?
Yeah.
So, because of that, I'm very much into fashion. I've always been into fashion, even when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So when I came here, people liked my wardrobe, but my wardrobe was obviously all from London, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, everyone was like, where can I get this? I was like, okay, let me make it available. Let me bring stuff and then sell it. So I did that, and then what people were saying is we want to physically come and see it, but I was doing it purely online. So I sat down and I was like, and my sister was in the same dilemma. She was like, I've got items that people want to come and see. So like, let's go to one of these markets around Nairobi and sell our stuff, right? So I was calling all these markets saying, I've got like people that want to come to your market, which means they're going to spend money at your venue. Like these people coming for my things. Can I get a spot? And they were like, no. And I was like, yeah, but you might have a vendor there that's going to be there the whole day. They've not brought anyone in. I'm telling you, I'm bringing someone in. It's like, no, the places are full. And I was like, okay, got a bit angry. And I was like, I'm going to make my own market.
Yeah.
And my sister was like, yeah, let's do it.
Market making, baby.
Exactly, yeah.
Economics
so like,
on
let's
one.
make our own event.
Yeah.
And then, so we did that. And the idea was that it was supposed to be influencers coming to sell their stuff.
Yeah.
Just how we were selling like things abroad.
Yeah.
So the idea was the influencers come and they sell their old wardrobe pieces to their followers.
Yeah.
So if you've been watching something on Instagram, you're like, I love that.
Yeah.
Then if you find out she's selling it, they're going to come and they'll bring their audience. So that was a leverage.
That's unbelievable.
Right? Yeah. I reached out to them just texting because I knew a few by then.
Yeah.
Got a decent group, but once we announced it online and launched the page, we found that influencers posting meant that small businesses saw it as well. So we had so many small businesses reaching out saying, can we get a spot as well? And I was like, sure, why not? Then we found that we had to keep moving venue because more people kept signing up, right?
Yeah.
So when that happened, the first event went so well. And at the end of the event, the question I was getting asked is, when's the next one? And the first event, I don't think you went there for the first one.
I was not there for the first one, no.
So we had like media houses, like we had BBC, KTN, NTV. They all just came, and I was like, we've really made noise online, and I can't ignore what we've done here. And it went from me wanting to sell my stuff, like that day I didn't even unpack the stuff from my car because I was helping all the other vendors. So it went from me trying to sell my stuff to me being like, there's so many small businesses here that would love to have the platform to sell.
Yeah.
So when everyone asked me when's the next one, I just said a month, and then me and my sister were like, let's figure out how we're going to do this.
Yeah.
And since then it's been a year and 3 months, and every month apart from COVID, we've been doing a market.
Yeah, COVID has really affected small businesses in Kenya.
Yeah.
And the one I attended in Saritanta, the recent one, I found that to be quite helpful for small businesses. Yeah, because guys made sales. And at the end of the day, the economy grows from the transfer, of capital from one pocket to another, And if there's cash flow and money is flowing from one pocket to another, then it can have more utility, meaning people can go to school, they can pay more insurance, they have more financial security and more economic independence over their lives. So what you've done, I have to say, it might have just come from a place of, I need to get products from A to B, but now it's become an entire network. An entire network of business. And did you move it online? Have you moved Insta Market online?
So when COVID happened, we all had to like shift, adapt, pivot. So we paused for a while. We're like, let's take a breath because for a year I've been doing it every month.
Yeah.
So I took a break, and then we're like, how can we adjust? Because we don't know when this is going to end.
Yeah.
And I have to give credit to somebody. I think she's called Madoni, the drummer queen.
Yeah.
She runs an event called, I think, Blankets and Wine, right?
Yeah.
So she posted something about how businesses need to adapt. I watched that video, and I was like, that's so true. I've been relaxing for, I think, 2 months then. I've been relaxing. I don't like relaxing.
Yeah.
So when I saw that video, I was like, you do an event, I do an event. You're saying this, you're speaking to me.
Yeah.
So me and my sister had the conversation, and we said, sorry, the video was basically saying about if you're not going to survive as a business if you don't adapt right now, because we haven't got an end, like a finish line to when COVID's going to happen.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, even as our business, we're going to get people to forget about us. How can we make this sustainable during COVID? So we launched a website, which meant that we brought all the vendors that you could shop from on the day now on a digital platform. So that's how we've adapted, and now we have a website.
Fire.
www.instamarket254.com.
.com. Yeah.
Where you can literally shop those vendors.
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah.
And you know, the sweet thing is, I watched an interview. There's a guy called Chuck Robbins from Cisco, and he said 40% of all businesses will be run out if they don't have a digital strategy.
That's
and you know, that includes small, medium market economies as well. So that, you know, like SME enterprises and the SME economy, that statistic stands as well. So for you, what you've managed to do is you managed to give small businesses, people who might not be that tech savvy, not that educated, a digital strategy.
Yeah.
And that means that they can be sustainable for the economy in the long term, not just short-term success, and they'll be able to survive like shocks. You understand what I mean? Because that's what COVID is. It's shocks. So like, you've given small businesses a chance, and you need to be commended for that, bro. And like, for me, from my side and from my side of thinking about business, I think you've done a fantastic job.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't know. Anything else you'd like to?
I feel like, okay, so one thing I've taken away, because we're talking about my journey. One thing I've taken away from the journey is, number one, you know, when you're working, you feel like no one's noticing. You feel like no one's paying attention.
Yeah.
This is for like maybe digital creators that, because I do a bit of influencing online, right?
Yeah.
One thing I found is like, when you're doing those pictures, you're taking all that time to go out there and make content, or you're doing any type of job, and you feel like you're not getting attention. If you just carry on going, you don't know who's watching, you don't know what rooms your name's being mentioned in.
Yeah.
So regardless of what your stats say, regardless of how you feel when you're not getting like what you want from your hard work immediately, keep doing it. You don't know who's been watching, and they're looking for consistency. They're looking for consistency. Which is why, as Mantalk, we came back, because consistency really lacked.
Yeah.
So we took our own advice. But no, that's one thing I'd say. I think that's one thing I'd say. Also, we've all been in this pandemic, right? I feel like the one thing I've learned from this pandemic is patience and just being like shrugging, because I'm a bit of a perfectionist. And like, when things aren't aligned, I get my centers off.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, but I've just got to the point. I just shrug. Even in my family, we've had this conversation. We do family business together, and you know, you're losing money. You're like, do you know what? It's not the be all end all. You have to just shrug sometimes. So don't take everything. It's never that serious.
It's never that serious. I feel like you've been in Nairobi too long. That's a Nairobi sentence.
Yeah, no,
it's never that serious.
Yeah.
You've been here too long.
Yeah.
Okay. For me, I think all I can say, as being a co-founder with you, with Mantalk and trying to push business, that I think you're a very focused, very professional young man.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Destined for great things, and just keep doing what you're doing, man.
I'll try.
I can't give you any advice.
Yeah.
I got nothing to say. Listen to the man.
Yeah.
So guys, thank you for coming through. I hope you learned something, because I definitely did. It was fantastic, bro.
Yeah,
that was
I liked it.
fun conversation.
I think it's good sometimes telling a bit of yourself.
Yeah,
Like, when we talk about topics. Today was a topic. Did you one? You know.
I liked it.
Fire.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.